My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Capricorns. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing your general love reading, your 5 card spread. But before I do that, I want to offer these 12 red roses as a token of my love and appreciation for your love, support, and devotion towards my channel. So thank you all so much for joining me. I love you guys incredibly. So, this 5 card love reading includes the first card represents you, the second, the other person, the third, the relationship, fourth, the past, fifth, the future. Then I'm going to draw a Vampire Oracle for you, and then a Favole, and 1 card from the French Tarot deck of the Tarot Interdit Vampiria. But let's get started with card number 1 for you, and you get 9 of Swords. Wow. Okay, I'm getting for the ones who are in a current relationship that this could be a real nightmare situation for you. Hopefully you'll have the tools and means and resources to try to get out of it in other ways. I don't know the whole context all too well, but I always think that if you're in a nightmare situation, nobody should ever be in any kind of nightmare situation in any way. But should you, I would try to get out of it as soon as possible and try to find any means to try to get out of it, because nobody should ever be suffering under any kind of nightmare situation, because love should be love and not any kind of hard work or any form of torture or any kind of negativity where you just feel like just thinking, I have no escape here. And it's just every night, it's just nothing but traumas and crying and pain and suffering in other ways, For the ones who are in a single position, I can see how you're pretty much in a certain mindset where you think, goodness, my friends and family, my everybody is all settling down, finding their Mr. and Mrs. Right companions, love, husband, wife, spouses, stuff like that, and I'm still single. Well, the thing is, hopefully you know how to approach or to find that Mr. and Mrs. Right. My suggestion would be is to attend social gatherings and all kinds of, activities, that you're interested in, that pretty much, enhances your way of meeting other people and stuff like that. If you love, literature or arts, maybe find somebody in that category. If you enjoy anything about academics, maybe something along that, but eventually you might find somebody who you share certain interests with, and hopefully, that's where it could, kind of start the relationship with in other ways and other stuff as well. So, and maybe you might even have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini placements as well. So, the other person. 5 of Swords. Okay, now the 5 of Swords on a positive note is that this person won over your beautiful heart. But yet, there is a bit of a nightmare situation. So, there's this term, that I more or less came across like many years ago, even before meeting the human, because, I actually, came across different phrases from different generations and stuff like that. But there's a phrase called the bait and switch, if you know what that even means. And it means that you seduce somebody because you want to only, get something out of it from them or something, or, you're hoping to marry somebody for their wealth, and then suddenly you just, turn it around, and once the the deal is sealed in that sense, then, you pretty much just saying, okay, now I can do whatever I want. So now the whole, game of love just changes into a nightmare situation as well. But on a different note, it could be, that, this is definitely a nightmares, situation, because this person is also in the sense of winning some kind of argument because there is some kind of nightmare taking place as well. Because the relationship, 10 of Pentacles. Now, that's kind of what I was worrying about, because the 10 of Pentacles is technically the happy home, happy hearth, happy family. But did this person marry you for your money, or did you marry the other person for his or her money as well? And maybe that's what could also be contributing to why there's a nightmare situation, and hence the phrase bait and switch, is that you pretty much just bait each other to seduce, like the predator to the prey, in the form of a wolf in sheep's clothing. But it could also mean that, there's just some ill intentions behind it as well. But I don't know from which side it's coming from, because it's kind of, I'm kind of getting from either side, so. Because in the past, another happy home, happy hearth, happy family. Maybe you're kind of struggling a bit in current times with your current relationship of whatever and however it may be. But however, the thing is, just because you got a happy home, happy hearth, happy family in the past doesn't mean that it's, working right now. It could still, maybe you're in a long-lasting committed relationship with whoever you got married to, got engaged to, courted in the past and stuff like that. But I'm not allowed to show the Four of Wands vampire style. But that's kind of what I'm getting here, is either the positive of a long-lasting committed relationship, or that there was a bit of something taking place. Because in the future, you get lovers. Now, you could eventually find love, maybe Gemini. But it could also be that you could be heading off, because of there's this nightmare situation, that you're finally escaped this nightmare situation and you're heading off towards a crossroads of options and opportunities as well. So again, take it how it resonates, but that's kind of what I'm getting here, is that you could either be heading off towards options and opportunities, or you could be escaping and just pretty much just finding your own true love. Maybe it is with the Gemini, maybe, your ex or whoever, is causing you grief is Gemini. I mean, I'm just only throwing out a couple of basic, general thoughts and themes out in this world, but that's kind of what I'm getting here. Because Oracle wants to say hope, anticipation, bright prospects, and wish. Now, for the ones who are in a single position, always remain hopeful that something is going to transpire either way. And the thing is I wouldn't worry too much about any nightmare situation of thinking I'm never going to find true love. I'm always going to be single and everybody's going to look down upon me and blah, 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 blah. You could always be in worry city all you want for as long as you want, but is it going to benefit you? Most likely not. So the best way to actually overcome, a sense of desperation, anxiety, frustration, fears is always remain hopeful, have bright prospects, maybe try to engage in social activities for that matter. And then, just have a beautiful wishful thinking of that eventually you will find Mr. or Mrs. Right, because you do get the wish. I mean, not wish card, but you get crossroads where you could be faced with options and opportunities in the days, weeks, or months of coming, wherever it may take you and stuff like that as well. But as long as you just don't give up, that's the crux of so far's message for today. Because Favole wants to include the Six of Crosses, also known as the Six of Pentacles, because actually I had to correct myself. You will definitely be faced with a give or take, or give and take kind of relationship as well. So maybe you eventually, as long as you just remain hopeful and you don't give up on what you want, dream, wish, and desire, something is definitely going to work out in your favor, maybe of equal or greater value in the days, weeks, months, or even year to come. So, yeah, that's what this beautiful, this is actually one of my favorite cards, because when we look at the Daughter of Skulls, also known as the Page of Pentacles, I'm not sure we have even come across that, but that's also, it reminds me of my youthful days when I was this, vampire, and I was also spending most of my time also in the woods as well. But I didn't have my candle of hope, but I always just kind of remained hopeful in other ways, So let's finish off with Le Tarot Interdit Vampiria. La Lune, the moon. Maybe you might end up with a Pisces. Who knows? With Pisces and Capricorn, it's like water and earth can feed each other quite nicely. But the moon, in other ways, is that you're going to go on this beautiful journey of wherever and however it may take you. Just don't give up on what you want, wish, dream, and desire, and hopefully something is going to benefit in your favor, whether it's of equal or greater value in the end. But this is definitely a journey's card that you're definitely going to be heading down towards, as long as you just remain hopeful and then just think, okay, either you have a lot of confidence with the Four of Wands or the Ten of Pentacles, and maybe you're the one that's going to eventually win over somebody's heart, even with the Five of Swords as well, because you will be faced with a crossroads and a decision, because you want to leave nightmare situations in other ways. But this beautiful card is here to guide you and to light its way down towards hopeful prospects or the mountains of opportunities in other ways. Okay. Well, my beautiful, amazing Capricorn, sad but true, I'm going to have to leave it at this for today. If this reading resonated, please feel free to join and subscribe. But I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. I love you guys incredibly. In a few days, I'm going back to my general readings. Not so sure how I'll do it next time. Maybe I'll still do it like this, or angle the camera in a different angle as well. But for now, I'm just going to have to leave it at this. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Oh yeah, for personal readings, I already have my price list on this link on my YouTube channel. It's called Project Page, and it's on the tab of Project Page. So if anybody is ever interested in a personal reading, please feel free to browse through the link with all the different types of prices and stuff like that. But other than that, thank you again so much for joining me. I love you guys incredibly. I want to wish you all the best on this big, beautiful journey of the moon. And try to remain hopeful. And if you're worried, it's like it's pointless to be worried. But of course, it is just only normal and human behavior behavior and feeling to feel worried if you feel like that there's no hope in this world, but always, and this beautiful card showed up for you. Okay. Love you guys incredibly.